Hey Peaches, what's up? Did you see that wave? What was that? So today I'm doing something super different and I wanted to take a minute to introduce myself because if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, if you haven't watched my videos before, I know that this is super different from what I normally do, so I wanted to introduce myself if you guys have never seen my videos. My name is Sarah. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and certified makeup artist. Makeup is what I really enjoy doing. Lately you guys have been asking me for a fitness routine, for a workout routine, just how I've gotten into shape and those kind of questions. So you guys have been asking like crazy for exercise videos. So I'm sitting in front of you right now with no makeup on and my hair is like still wet and I kind of look a mess. And I know that it's odd that I threw in the beginning about being a makeup artist and yet I look this way, but the reason I'm doing that is a few things. This is my everyday life when I don't really have to see people and go out. I enjoy not wearing makeup and I enjoy kind of just relaxing. The other reason is because I feel like there are two different venues right now to being fit and healthy. And one of them is the fake venue, which is more popular. Then there's the strong venue of people who are actually working out and being healthy and being fit and living the lifestyle. And every time that you guys watch a video from me, whether it's a makeup tutorial or this fitness one that you're watching right now, or whatever it is that you click on for my channel, I don't ever want you guys to watch something of mine and just feel like I'm artificial, because I'm not. I'm real, and this is real. This is me right now. I'm not perfect, and I very much want to stress, like I said, especially with this video, but for all of my videos, that I'm not perfect, and I want you guys, when you leave my channel, when you're on my channel, you know, to feel like you can be confident with who you are right now, and to love yourself, and to not aspire to be another person. I think that inspiration from people is a beautiful thing. However, that can definitely get converted into wanting to be that person. I never want you guys to want to be me. I want you to be you. And especially because everything, like, we're all just going to end up being the same if that's what our goal is, right? So I wanted to start with this first video, right, before I show you guys my workout routine, which should be up by the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Hopefully this week, but I need a little bit of help filming it. So I wanted to go over a couple things. The first thing is I'm gonna hit you guys with the real part of it first, which is my eating and my diet. So I started counting calories about 2 weeks ago, but I don't want that to come off the way that it sounds, which is that like I'm avidly sticking to this many a day or something like that. I've set myself a goal of 1,500 a day. Now, typically that range, from what I understand, is when you're wanting to kind of lose a little bit of weight. When you get to a point where you don't want to lose, you just want to kind of maintain, that's around 2,000. And then anything above that is when you're wanting to gain, from what I understand. The other thing I need to throw out before I get too much further in this is I am obviously not a certified like nutritionist or a personal trainer. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've been doing and as I'm learning it. If I say something that is incorrect, I beg you to forgive me and just correct me down below, because I really don't know and I'm not pretending that I do. I'm just telling you guys what I think that I've learned along the way. But again, if I'm incorrect, feel free to correct me down below. So I've stuck to about 1,500, and basically why I started to do that wasn't to count to lose weight. It was to count to see what I normally do in a day. So for the first week, all I did was I ate exactly what I always do every single day, just how I normally would have. Like if I wanted a burger that day, I went and I got one, and I would put in how much it was so that at the end of that first day, I could see if I was really overshooting it or not. I recommend doing that, and for, like I said, maybe the first week, just see where you're at already. That way, that kind of gives you a good direction in which way you need to go. So my first day, I was off by like 800 as far as being under, or over, I'm sorry. So I was about over 1,500 by around 800 calories, probably closer to 9. While I do want you guys to do that, I don't want you to feel discouraged when you see that number on the first day, because like I said, for the first little bit, you're just getting a feel of where you are right now, and that's important to be able to accept that's where you are and that it's going to take some work to get where you want to get. Which leads me to my next point. You need to map out what it is that you want when you are getting into a exercise or a healthy lifestyle fitness routine, because in my head, from my story, there's a difference between being fit and being skinny. So I know that this is kind of like, it's supposed to be an insult for some reason, but when people are like, I'm big boned, or you're just big boned, don't worry about losing weight or something like that. The first thing that you have to get through your head is your body is different from everyone else's. Your genetics are different from everyone else's. So I might have a tendency in my family line for obesity or for diabetes or for whatever it is, heart attacks, I mean anything. So the more that you know about that kind of thing, what you're prone to, it makes it a little easier to plan for. So come up with what it is you want. If you want a certain body image, you want a six-pack, do you want a nice lifted booty? Do you want toned thighs? Do you want really toned arms? Or is it more about sticking to a certain diet, being a certain weight, etc.? You just need to plan out what it is that you want with this routine, and where you want your end goal to be. If you want it to be an end goal, if you want it to be an ever-going thing, what it is you want out of it. Me, I definitely wanted to tone up some. I have been overweight only a small period of my life, and really carried it that way. I have a weird body in that my parents tell me this all the time, that I carry my weight kind of evenly. So if I gain like 10 pounds, it's rare that I gain like 10 pounds in my stomach or 10 pounds in my thighs or 10 pounds in my face. It's kind of all over, which I guess is a fortunate thing. But anyways, so I've been overweight a few times throughout my life, but because of the way that I've carried it, I've never really thought that I had to change a whole lot about my life. In high school and college, for me, unfortunately, social media and the people that I had around me and, TV and whatever else was going on was more about like being skinny and being skinny right now, which is another point in that it takes time. So you have to be really realistic with yourself in that if you do 400 crunches tonight, and you don't die by in the morning, that you might not have a six-pack in the morning. Like, that's okay and realistic. I think that a lot of times people see things that either are edited poorly or are edited to only show the progress and maybe not the road it took to get there. There's nothing wrong with posting a picture of yourself, I don't feel like, especially when you're proud of how you look and how you feel. What comes into play is that we see that as you worked out for a week and now you look like that, or you've always looked like that, or something like that. Whereas a lot of people work for months, even years, to look the way that they do. It's something they do every single day as far as working out, as far as eating better, and I feel like the place that we live in right now doesn't show that as much as just the end result. So you have to be realistic with yourself about the time that it takes to get to your goal, whatever your goal is. And along the lines of that, like a little note under it, is don't be discouraged when in a week or two you don't look the way that you want to, or if you have an off day and you're kind of bloated, or you eat a piece of pizza when you're trying not to, or whatever it is. I just really hope that you guys can stick to the end goal, which takes time. So next is the effort that it takes. So it takes time, it takes effort. The effort part of it is, it depends on what your goal is, I guess. So if you want to be artificial and do something kind of quick, like you want to look a different way in a week and a half, I'm sure that there are options to do that for you. For me, that's not what all of this is about. I would love, to have this certain body image that I have in my mind, for that to be my body. However, what's more important to me is being strong and being healthy. I want to be able to run for a long time and not fall out dead, which before all of this, I can't tell you guys that I could have run for a mile and not have really struggled with it. Also, the strong part about it for me is I want to be able to take care of myself. So that means that if I'm walking to my car at night and somebody comes up to attack me, I don't want to have to count on the fact of having a guy around or having a strong whoever around to, take care of me. I want to be strong enough to be able to take care of myself, which is kind of extreme sounding when I say it like that, but that's what it is. I just want to be able to take care of myself, and that includes taking care of your body and your system so that you're healthy for a long time. You have to be willing to get up and work out, to get out and go on a walk or a run, to not eat everything that you want to eat in a day, which eating is another point I'll get to in just a second. But my point is that if you're sitting in bed and you're watching TV and you're like, man, I wish I could look some way and feel some way, but you are not willing to get up and work for it, it is not going to happen for you, because it's doable. I mean, put on your favorite music and just go for a walk that day. Take little tiny baby steps to get where you want to get. Also, don't overdo it. Like, don't go for a walk and then go on a 4-mile run and then walk for 45 more minutes and then come in and do some cardio when it's your first day of working out ever. Like, take baby steps and come up with a plan on exercises so that you don't overdo it, but also you have to do it. So it takes time, it takes effort. Don't overdo it, but do it. Then about food. So this is just kind of quick back on calories a little bit. When I say don't eat what you want to eat, now, since I've been counting calories, I still eat every single thing that I want to eat. There's nothing that I really want that I pretty much don't have. Luckily for my personal person, I crave healthy fruits and vegetables. That's something that I've always really liked. I don't know why, which makes it easier if your craving isn't, you know, chips or ice cream or something that's really just heavy. For me, that's heavy. If I ate a whole bag of chips the next day, I would feel terrible. Something I do struggle with constantly is Coke. I love Coca-Cola, and I could drink, I'm not kidding you guys, a whole 2-liter of it in a day with ease. What's helped me not do that for my few little things that are bad cravings is the next day I feel so bad. I hate the way that my stomach looks because it looks like I've swallowed a balloon, and I feel like it too. My skin immediately shows when I do something like that. I pretty much only drink water. I've showed you guys before that something that helps me is just to buy the Smart Water bottles and drink about 2 of them a day. It's easy for me to down these now because that's all that I do drink. But my point in that is don't limit yourself to the point that you never have anything that you want. It takes a lot of effort, and like I said before, because everybody's different, your journey on it might not take as long as somebody else's, but I do think it's important to reward yourself and to still have the things that you want so that working out and being healthy doesn't feel like a punishment, because it isn't. Keeping yourself in check and, you know, not having 6 boxes of donuts, that's not a punishment, even though sometimes it feels that way. Maybe my last point for this video is to find things that motivate you, but don't be obsessed with things and people. So in high school, in addition to literally starving myself, I would go the whole day with eating as absolutely little as I possibly could, but not ever working out. I just wanted to be skinny, and that's how I thought was the easiest way to do that, which is a terrible, dangerous thing, and I don't recommend anyone ever doing that. In addition to that, I would sit and look at super skinny girls and you know, watch TV and look at magazines and just absolutely hate myself and the way that I looked and felt. I want to challenge you guys to only pay attention to you. A sub point underneath that, I guess, and it's kind of a big one too, along with just seeing where you're at. That goes along with your weight too. I rarely weigh myself. Now this app that I'm going to mention to you guys, I weigh a little bit more because of that, but I go like years without weighing, and I'm fine with that because I'm more focused on how I feel and how I look. So if I feel like I've gained a lot of weight in my stomach, you know, I don't like the way that feels, so I work out to kind of get rid of that and get back in shape. But don't become fixated on you really want to be like 97 pounds. We get so, and I think this is something maybe when you're younger you're more focused on, but so focused on being a number regardless of what tactics it takes to get there, even the dangerous ones, or how you look when you're there, you forget about the fact that your bones weigh something, your organs weigh something, your brain weighs something. Like, I think that when we get obsessed over the number, you start thinking 97 pounds is fat because that's all like fat weight. I don't know. I don't. That was my mindset for so long in high school, and now looking back at it, I can't even justify why I thought like that because it doesn't make any sense. So don't fixate on a certain number as much as just your progress. Like I said a second ago, some days I wake up and I feel really bloated and bleh. Sometimes the number reflects that. sometimes it doesn't reflect that. So don't feed in too much to it. Obviously, if you're somebody who you're coming off of a lot of weight, keep an eye on it, because that's something that is encouraging when you're coming down from a really high weight. I've been there before too. But if you're someone who you just want to look a certain way, like where I'm at right now, is about losing a little bit of weight, but more than losing it, it's just being really toned. So if I'm focused on the number every day, that for me specifically is very discouraging to see the number not change, or if I'm down at a certain weight to go up a couple pounds. So I hope a lot of the things I said throughout this video are making sense and are encouraging. I kind of feel a little scatterbrained, but I wanted to sit down with this video first before I did anything else to encourage you guys that it is doable, but also that it takes work. You're going to have to get up and do stuff when you don't feel like it, and make some sacrifices, but it's doable. And I just want you guys to be proud of yourself right now and where you're going and where you will be, and where you're at. I encourage you guys right now to leave me down below your stories of where you're headed or where you've been. I shared with you guys a little throughout this video about literally starving myself in high school, being super just unhealthy, and thinking in my head that that was healthy because I was skinny, or my hips stuck out. It's just ridiculous. So I don't want you guys to feel like I'm not supporting you, and I am. We're gonna do all of this together. It's gonna be really exciting. I'm thinking I could upload a couple progress videos if you guys are interested in that, maybe like weekly, just a quick video of how I'm looking and how I'm feeling. The app I wanted to mention to you guys real quick is called MyFitnessPal. I think it's from Under Armour. Dustin got it a while back, and I finally did. That's what I've been counting my calories with. If you guys are interested in that, I think that it's helpful just to keep up with your calories. They're not sponsoring me or anything like that, but you can keep track of your weight and your exercise too, and if you keep your phone on you all day, it tracks your steps, which I think is helpful. So I'm actually going to go on a walk right now, but I want to leave you guys with the thought of just loving yourself right now, and throughout all of this. I think that's number one important. And when you lose weight or look a certain way, it's easier to be confident and love yourself. But I feel like it's almost easier to get in shape if you already love yourself, which is kind of a weird thought process. But this is taking care of your body and yourself so that you're healthy, and you have to take care of your body so that your body can take care of you. Again, I hope that this was a little helpful and encouraging for you guys. I really want to hear your stories down below. If you're feeling bad about yourself, or like you can't do this and you really want to, or anything like that, I want you guys to message me so that I can listen and help you. Message me on Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter or here or anywhere that you're comfortable doing so. I would love to be able to encourage you guys. So you'll be seeing my next video within a few days or the beginning of next week of my workout routine. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to go ahead and do so that we can go through this journey together and just through life's journey together. You guys are like my best friends, and I love talking to you on Snapchat all night long, every night. I'm gonna go ahead and get going. Don't forget that where you are right now is perfectly fine, and that you guys are all beautiful no matter what you look like. Sincerely. I'll see you guys so soon. Bye.